Welcome to Zeus. Today we're diving into something a little different. Voters regretting their decision to back Trump. You won't believe the reactions we've got lined up. Are they really having second thoughts? Let's break it down, keep it real, and see if these regrets are as big as they sound. Hit that like button, and let's get into it.
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business, but we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. My husband and me own a construction company, and we literally do not have workers anymore. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them, and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company is likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again. Ron DeSantis and Trump have been passing laws that negatively affect our business, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for voting for him. I grew up Republican, and it's all I've ever known, but now I can see that me and my whole family have been very wrong about this.
Instead of complaining, maybe it's time to rethink your strategy. Build a business that thrives regardless of who's in office, whether it's black, white, or Latino. Because if your success depends on people breaking the law, was it really a solid business to begin with? I just want you to think about that.
A place that I go to, it's about an hour away from my house. And they're closed, and I have to reschedule. I don't want to cry anymore. I'm tired of hurting. But this has affected so much of my mental health. And I don't want to be weak and cry about it, but sometimes I hold everything and this happens, and I don't have anyone to really talk about it because I feel like I talk about it so much. I talk about it so much to the point where I feel like I'm repeating myself. So I'm just frustrated because the office is closed because of mourning for Jimmy Carter, which we mourn for him, but I just wish I had an email or something because I just show up to basically another closed door temporarily again. And I'm having to reschedule and figure out how I'm gonna do another half month without the security of my life right now. And then we're gonna get a snowstorm. So it's just like, when can I catch a break? And so, for any of you who have friends or family or even coworkers who have DACA or under DACA, please check in on them, because sometimes it can be really hard and we tend to internalize a lot of our feelings. And be very supportive towards them, because they always have to do above and beyond. And we're grateful, but we always have to go above and beyond. And we're never enough for one place or another, so it feels very lonely. But yeah.
Let's talk about how black folks have been warning y'all. They told you, hey, Trump ain't for you. But nah, y'all thought y'all had honorary white status. Now look at you. Shipped out with a one-way ticket, crying on the internet. This is why listening is important. Some of y'all were so desperate to fit in that you ignored the warnings. You thought aligning yourself with the oppressor was a cheat code. Turns out you were just a temporary ally, until they didn't need you anymore.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now. I'm no longer rocking with Trump.
I used to be a MAGA Republican, and now I've turned blue. And it makes me emotional to know that I ever fucking stood by idly and blind and let that shit happen.
Because I know that I have been a Trump supporter, and I can no longer say that I am MAGA. And
I regret my vote for Trump.
I voted for Trump. I'm done. I don't have any more resilience in me.
Some Trump voters are realizing they got played. They backed the guy who promised to drain the swamp, but instead he built a bigger one and filled it with his own people. Now, with legal troubles piling up, a chaotic post-presidency, and policies that didn't quite pan out for the average working-class American, some of his supporters are looking back like, wait, did we just get bamboozled? Now, with Elon Musk in the mix, anything is possible.
This is what you voted for, MAGA, for these literal fucking children, teenagers, to be in control of all of the money in the United States. These kids, their job is to modernize government. Okay, show me a MAGA chud who thinks this is a good idea. I would just love to hear from them. I want to hear some MAGA chud come on and say that I trust this 19-year-old kid with the United States Treasury, with the financial well-being of every American. I get the idea of wanting a small government, but do you want small children in charge of the Treasury? Find me the old MAGA guy who's collecting Social Security, who wants a 19-year-old in charge of his entire well-being. Somebody please show me the MAGA chuds who think this is a good idea. Like, share their videos with me, because I am dying to understand, like, how does MAGA defend this? I served in the Army. I had a secret security clearance. That took vetting. That took, like, the FBI doing a background check. You know what kind of background check these guys got? They were interns. That's it. They were Elon's interns, or interns at Meta for Mark Zuckerberg. Apparently one of these kids isn't even a federal employee. Like, he's not even working. He's not getting paid for this. He's volunteering. We have volunteer children in charge of the United States Treasury right now, and it's cybersecurity. These are the kids that Elon Musk is locking federal employees out of their systems for, so that these children can take over.
Alright, so I hate to add to the bad news, but Donald Trump just announced he's going to put tariffs on the EU as well. For context, the last time a developed country tried something like this, it was the UK, with Liz Truss, who lasted less than a month as Prime Minister before she got booted out for destroying Britain's economy so thoroughly, they believe it's going to take the United Kingdom 50 years to come back from it. Just a reminder, the United States imports almost everything. Very little of what we buy in America is made in America. That is because it would be far more expensive to make those things in the United States, which means they would be far more expensive to buy. We cannot replace our trade with foreign countries with domestic labor without making everything 10 times more expensive. And one of the most likely outcomes I can see resulting from this is that countries stop trading with the United States altogether, and they stop using the dollar as the world's central currency. Like, if you want to guarantee that the world revolves around the Chinese economy within the next 5 years, this is absolutely how you do it.
When Donald Trump raises tariffs, it's more than just a trade move. It's a storm brewing. Higher tariffs mean higher prices for American consumers. Everything from electronics to groceries will hit your wallet harder. And it's not just you. U.S. businesses relying on imports will feel the strain, with many forced to raise prices, cut jobs, or even shut their doors. But that's just the beginning. Countries like China won't stay silent. They'll retaliate with their own tariffs on American goods, hitting industries like agriculture and manufacturing hard. The ripple effect. Inflation. Costs will rise and the economy will slow. What sounds like a win for America might be the very thing that sinks it into a trade war that does more damage than good. But remember, this is Zeus. I bring the thunder of truth, and I don't back down from the storm. If you want to hear more, to challenge the narrative, to stand tall against the tide, then like, subscribe, and stay with me. Because when the world's in turmoil, only the strongest rise above. And this is just the beginning.